Don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. You are listening to The Competitor's Brain. This is Lauren Fox, and this is episode number 54. And that quote that I opened with is attributed to Nick Saban. I have to believe it came from him because he's notorious for being a coach who really wants his players to follow the process and understand the importance of repetition and the importance of being bored when you're learning a new skill. Because sometimes, it does get boring to do the same thing over and over again. But that's a part of truly getting to a point where you are successful. And so practice not until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. But I also want to consider that and juxtapose the quote with another one that also gets thrown out. And I don't know that I ever heard these two sort of stacked on top of each other, which is why I'm bringing them together. The other one is you don't rise to the moment, you fall to the level of your training. So let's think about those two things. Practice not until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. And you don't rise to the moment, you fall to the level of your training. So if you've trained yourself, if you've practiced so that you can't get it wrong, when you're in the moment, you are absolutely going to execute and do it right. And you think I watch a lot of baseball videos on Instagram, and you see guys practicing all kinds of crazy baseball plays. Shortstops going deep in the hole, making what's now called the Jeter throw. Third baseman being off balance, fielding bouncers, throwing to first base, experimenting with complicated arm angles, experimenting with different throws. Well, if you're practicing all that stuff over and over and over again, and you're thinking about the game all the time, you're visualizing all those plays, you're going to get to a point where all of that stuff becomes second nature, so that because you are not practicing until you get it right, you're practicing until you can't get it wrong, where that intersects with you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your training. Now you've got something. Now you have a situation where you have put yourself in a position where you can expect to win. And when you expect to win, what do you have? Confidence.